I'm going to show you what makes a public park a great place to birdwatch, in addition to having plenty of free parking, supporting lots of modes of transportation like buses, bike lanes, sidewalks, sometimes food vendors, live entertainment, security, restrooms. Anyway, first we've got to get some bird watching fuel. Since we're talking about a Hawaiian park, I think our fuel should be inspiration. They've got a delicious pastry here called a Hawaiian Delight, and we're getting a half dozen. It's like a pineapple coconut fritter. So good. Somewhere during the planning stages of this Hawaiian adventure, I had decided to develop and design the Honolulu birding trail. And one of the key elements of this Hawaiian adventure was going to be to proof the Honolulu birding trail that I had designed. I was going to visit as many of the places and parks as I could to make sure that it was in fact a nice place to recommend to others to go bird watching when in Honolulu. Now, even on approach, I could tell this place was special, certainly unlike any place I'd ever been before. I couldn't wait to get wheels on the ground and start exploring this beautiful city with my binoculars. Today we're going to go to a very special park, Kapiolani Park, downtown Honolulu. I mean, between Waikiki and Diamond Head, if you're familiar with those terms. Very, very popular tourist destinations, definitely developed and highly civilized, even congested at sometimes. But it also made for absolutely world-class birding. I'm going to share it with you now. There in Hawaii, you've got to get into the Aloha groove, and no matter where you go in Honolulu, you're already close to the Honolulu birding trail, including Kapiolani Park, where we did see the Rose-ringed Parakeet and most of the birds on this suggested list for you to look for when you go to Kapiolani Park. Now, that's one slide from the Honolulu birding trail. There are many others like it because the birding trail consists of a number of locations spread throughout the Honolulu greater area. There are too many benefits to birding trails to list here, but I'll mention these few. It is an outdoor activity that improves your mood, which makes it a healthy activity, both mentally and physically. It's a growing outdoor activity with over 45 million Americans now participating in some form of bird watching. The economic impact is huge, with billions of dollars of tax revenue generated, which benefits bird watchers and non-bird watchers, so birding trail users and non-users. It's also fun and educational. Learning how to identify these birds makes your life better, and it could make you smarter. The Honolulu birding trail reminds us all about our birding and our destination ethics, which is a soft serve to conservation, a little bit of self-awareness when you're out there consuming nature, visually mostly, listening and taking in not only just the birds, but their habitat and the location, the setting. You know, the destination becomes a matrix of feelings and experiences. So let's make sure we preserve that so we can go back and check it out again if we like, or, you know, the next generation may want to enjoy what we're discovering now. The Kapiolani Park is rich in culture and heritage. Here is a statue commemorating Queen Kapiolani, who served as the Queen of Hawaii until 1891. There are also other monuments and references to Hawaiian culture that are revered by locals and visitors. You see the surfer here with lots of used leis. That is an acceptable use of a used lei. There are also informational monuments shaped like surfboards. Kapiolani Park is so cool and absolutely stunning. Everywhere you look is a different shade of beauty. One block north is the heart of Waikiki Beach, and you can see the white terns flying over the surf while hundreds of tourists take their first surfing lesson. And just to the south is Diamond Head Crater State Monument. We're actually bird watching right now in this park in the shadow of Diamond Head Crater. Wow, that place is absolutely beautiful. Speaking of, all throughout Kapiolani Park, the view shed continually changes, and there's beauty in every direction of every kind. This pond and water feature certainly attracted a lot of birds. There's the Pacific Golden-Plover in the foreground. Also, we had some Rose-ringed Parakeets flying around this area. Maybe we'll get a glimpse of those later. Here's the wonderful, majestic, red-crested Cardinal, and he is coming in for a close-up. I was so happy that the first red-crested Cardinal I was able to photograph was so cooperative. Oh my goodness. And those birds turned out to be very prolific and quite approachable. Also, the common Myna was everywhere. Kind of social. It was a larger, stockier bird, so the other birds kind of gave it a wide berth. And then, of course, the cute little zebra doves. They were also very prolific and quite approachable. And here we have the Warbling White-eye, also known as the Japanese white-eye or the mountain white-eye, or locally, the Majiro. This bird is an invasive species. It has become the most populous land bird in Hawaii. It's great to watch. Cute little bird. Its antics are very acrobatic. However, this carrier of a parasite that negatively impacts native Hawaiian species, such as the honey creepers, also dispersing seeds of invasive plants. We were delighted to find the yellow-fronted canary. These little guys are beautiful and active. Also there in Kapiolani, with lots of open space where people were playing sports and flying kites, the seed-feeding finches didn't miss out on this grass seed that was in abundance. These are common waxbills, the cutest things I've ever seen in the wild. I counted it as a life birth. Speaking of the rose-ringed parakeet, there they are. If you look closely, you'll see 3. I didn't notice that until I was uploading this video. I only saw the 2 on the bare branch, and then the 3rd one is a little higher. That is a raucous bird, lots of noise, hard to miss there in Kapiolani. It just so happened to lead us to an area that was holding a geocache, another one of my favorite outdoor activities. It is the fastest growing activity in the world, geocaching. Bird watching is the fastest growing outdoor activity in the United States. These two go hand in hand because there's wonderful opportunities for each at many locations, including the Honolulu Birding Trail, and yes, right here at Kapiolani Park. I like to play the game by releasing what's called travel bugs. These are game pieces that people pick up from one geocache and they don't keep or collect. They pass along to the next geocache. The particular travel bug that I dropped in this Kapiolani Park geocache was picked up the very next day and has already traveled over 14,000 miles from Tennessee to California to Hawaii, back to California, and now traveling around Europe. It's really a very compatible side hobby for birding, and I enjoy it so much. All this birding and geocaching works up a real appetite, and at Kapiolani Park, you don't want to miss the Barefoot Beach Cafe, where you can get a whole pineapple smoothie that's absolutely delicious and definitely helps you immerse yourself in the Hawaiian experience. And also, the food there on the menu was delicious. I'm going to go ahead and say that I got some of the best tasting bites of my entire Hawaiian adventure right here at the Barefoot Beach Cafe. And if I had to say which was my absolute favorite of all the Hawaiian specialties they serve there, it would be the Kalua pig quesadilla. It didn't hurt that we were able to sit at these quaint tables overlooking the Pacific Ocean at Waikiki Beach. Oh gosh, it's so wonderful to go birding in Hawaii. Everything is so unique and exotic there. It's a wonderful time to take in not only birding, cultural activities, trying new foods, meet new friends. It's just a wonderful place to visit. I know getting there, you have to jump through some hoops, and it requires a little bit of organization. I couldn't have done it without taking lots of notes before, during, and after. I use these notebooks that I call the Notes in Paradise notebook. You can have your own if you're interested. We're making those available at the Kauai Birding Trail Facebook group. That's right, Kauai Birding Trail. Come on over to the Kauai Birding Trail Facebook group if you're interested in having your own Notes in Paradise notebook so you can plan your Hawaiian adventure. Also, I thought it would be helpful to make available to all the viewers of the Bird Garden YouTube channel some information that would help you plan a Hawaiian vacation, since it does require, for me, a lot more planning than normal. So I wrote an ebook titled Hawaiian Adventure. It's available. There's a link in the description. It'll help you jump through those planning hoops, including a prep-by-step method with sample itineraries, a page full of Hawaiian vocabulary. Those Hawaiian words are beautiful. So glad I took a moment to learn those. Well, as a matter of fact, I thought it was so cool, I decided to share it with you in the ebook, along with lots of Hawaiian food specialties. Now that I'm back, I found a place that's serving up some delicious poke that I learned to love every day in Hawaii. These raw diced chunks of tuna. Oh my goodness, and the seaweed salad. Listen, Hawaii opened my eyes to many things, not the least of which was bubble tea. When I found a purveyor of the bubble tea here locally, I was so happy. This one happens to be a coconut pineapple with lychee flavored bubbles. Hawaii made an impact on me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm going to include a list of the birds we saw at Kapiolani Park here for you to enjoy. If you've got any questions or comments, please do leave those. We enjoy seeing your comments. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. If you know someone who enjoys bird watching or talks about Hawaii sometimes, why don't you share this link across your social media? We look forward to seeing you at the Honolulu Birding Trail Facebook group and also the Kauai Birding Trail Facebook group. Thanks for watching this one. We'll see you on the next one. Until then, why don't you get out there and see some birds?